Hi and welcome to my playhouse, and today I've been asked on several occasions to do an overview of my data center, and I think I might just do that because now so many people have asked. And this is a little bit in the video series why to virtualize your data center, because I have a lot of servers but they're mostly just doing the same thing, all of them. I think I might take the tripod and put it be smaller and we'll just go around and see what everything is. Well, actually I'm going to start outside because up here on right there is a white box and that's my internet connection, and that is transmitted from over there. There is an antenna over there and it's a 5G wireless thing. Let's go inside. It's windy here. The box out there is a receiver, but it's also a router. The internet provider has opened up the router so that it doesn't do anything. It just forwards everything except one port that is for managing the router itself. I think it's, I can't remember, but well, there's one port that is used to configure the router. Let's go behind, and on the data center I have some black mats here, and that's for controlling the airflow. All servers, they take the cold air in and at the front and they blow it out on the back. So I have tried to close off my racks with some foam to have the hot air behind the servers and not everywhere else. So what I do, I remove these, put them outside, and I climb in here. And up here the internet connection comes in and it goes down here to this thing. This thing is just the power over Ethernet adapter. So this one sends power up to the router on the roof. It's powered through this thing. So this is more or less just a pass-through of the internet connection, goes into that cable right there, but it sends power out to that one. This cable goes into my main server here, into one of the ports right there, and that server runs VMware and it has a virtual router on it, and that virtual router is the only thing on that VMware. This is the server, and this server is the only server that has an internet connection. It's routed in a virtual router on this server, and everything else gets the internet connection from that one. From there, there is of course virtual machines on this server. This is the server that is always on in my data center. Everything else I shut off when I'm not doing video. I shouldn't really have turned that one on because it's noisy, but well, it gives a better picture of what's happening here. From my main server here, there's another connection, and that goes over into my switch. I have a big switch here, and it's a Linksys, Cisco Linksys. Yeah, the model number is right there. And I'm running out of ports. No available connections on it. I really need to separate that out. This is a 1 gigabit switch, but I have a lot of management adapters. All these management adapters, they're only 100 megabits, and it's a bit of a waste to be using a 1 gigabit switch on that one. But well, so a lot of people have been asking me what do I use all this equipment for? Well, I just like server equipment, so I've just been collecting it for years. Up here is my storage. I have two ISCSI boxes. This one contains, that's all 750 gigabyte disks, and this one, they're all 2 gigabyte disks. This one is not on. I'm planning to configure that at some point with another bunch of 2 gigabyte disks, and I have a lot of these are 2 gigabyte disks, and up here on the shelf I have some more Well, that's actually 3 gigabyte. 3 gigabyte. Where's the 2 gigabyte? That's a 2 gigabyte. And also these are 2 gigabyte discs. So I have enough 2 gigabyte discs to get this up and running. But I do think there is some kind of a fan error in one of the fan blowers, but I'm sure I can figure that out. But that's my main storage that I use on my VMware. I also have some secondary storage over here, and that's a little QNAP NAS box, and this is the 639 Pro edition. I'm getting one more of those actually, so when I get that we might configure that one. Everything else, like all these servers, they're all hosts. They're all ISCSI hosts. All the one with the yellow labels, host. This one you've seen, that's just my keyboard and monitor. I recently got a question what this was, and I actually have no idea, but it's an old IBM thing. I don't think there's a model number right there. It's a 9306-F32. It's an old one, but well, it has been working great for many years, and it slides nicely away. Over here I have 9 of these, and these are my favorite server. These are the IBM System X3650 Model 1. Down here I have my DataCenter, and in that I have all these are HS21s. These are HS22s. This one is an HS21 too, and these are 2 AMD servers. That's the LS21s. Back here, where are they? There. I have some extras. Down here, I also have some extras. And well, I have a lot of old things laying around on the shelves. Here I have an entire Dell storage robot thing with tape drives, LTO. I think this runs LTO 2 drives. Remember that it can store, I think it's 14.6 terabytes. So that's more or less nothing today. On the shelves over here I have all kind of equipment. Have some oldies, have some storage for that kind of servers. I have some fiber optic network switches. Up here I have some fiber optic things. I have a 24 port 100 gigabit switch. I'm not using this because it's too wide. I need something thinner like these. That's a good size. This one is too big, and there's too few ports. And I have a couple of Dell servers. They didn't survive a lightning strike, so now they're on the shelf. I'm taking out the processors and the RAM. All the RAM is running in these. Had this old server. I've already done a video on that one, so you've seen that. This is a KVM switch for switching between the computers, monitor and screen. I don't use that. I have this screen there, and I just have the cables, and I'm so lucky that it's in the middle, so it can reach all the way down here and over there, and well, and down here. Oh, let's go to the top. I have some IBM Model 2s. Where's the Model 2? No, Model 2s. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. Then we go into the Model 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4 Model 3s. Then I have an IBM 3850 Model 2. And that has 4 6-core CPUs in it. Then I have a Blade Center Model E, and this is empty. All of these are just fillers, and this that's when it came with a floppy drive. That was the good old days. And down here I have an OOPS that is currently not working because it keeps burning off batteries. You might have seen those videos. On the other one, beneath the monitor, we had the H center. Then I have an HP server, generation 6, that currently that is off. Then I have an IBM X series 336. Mostly just put that in for playing with it. I just never took it out again. And down here at the bottom I have a 3950 Model 1. Yeah, I use this when I have students at work. Then I turn this on and they get to play with this one, because it has a funny date. You can install VMware version 6 on it, but it cannot run Server 2012 R2, but it can run the Server 2012 without the R2, so that's a little tricky. So it's a good thing to learn. Otherwise I have a lot of spare parts laying around here. This one you saw recently. Processors, hard drives, memory. I think this is more memory. Network cards, fillers for hard drives. In here we have a little NAS server. That's an old one. There's no discs in it right now. Spare power supply for a normal PC. These things for converting graphics card into like a little bit of a PCI slot. Fairly often I get asked, what do you use all this server equipment for? Well, the answer is mostly that it's a hobby. It might be an expensive hobby, but well, it's not really that expensive. And a lot of you guys are worried about my power bill, and I've been calculating that well, I can play with most of this equipment for an entire weekend for the price that one theater ticket costs, not including candy and Coke and popcorn. But well, theater tickets are pretty expensive here, but still I can use like 48 hours on the server thing here, and it comes out about the same price. So well, don't worry about it. I'm in full control of that. So what do I use all my server equipment for? I do use them for 3D rendering in 3D Studio Max. That's really why I built all of this, why I kept getting new servers, to get more powerful 3D Studio Max rendering. Then I'm helping a friend out hosting, where is it? There, on my main server, hosting a website here in Denmark. It's a film website where all the news of upcoming and new releases of film are being posted as news. It's all in Danish, but for all my Danish viewers, you can go see it here. Thank you. Then I use the server down here. I use the server down here for the students at work, because I do work somewhere where you don't let a new student into the network and have him play around with critical systems. I let them in on my system here, and they can mess up as much as they want, because well, it doesn't matter nearly as much if they do. Otherwise, I just like playing with systems. These are old solid state drives that I got. They were defective, and well, I used a couple of hours to see if they were really that dead. They're dead, but I had fun doing it, and it's a challenge. It's like all the other stupid things. Like a puzzle. I'm guessing a lot of you do this. You get something up and running, and when it's up and running, well, you use it a little bit, but now that it is running, it's not as interesting. It's like a box of Lego. Often the funny part is putting it together, and when the model car is done, well, it's not as fun playing with as it was building it. And the same thing here. I like building it. hope that makes any sense. I'm sure it does. But well, this was a overview of what I have in my data center. I have a lot more, but I don't think we have to go through the boxes and look what I have laying around in there. Yeah, the equipment is very expensive, but across the road I have a neighbor and he collects sports cars. My hobby is cheaper than his hobby. Thank you for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye bye!